Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe. So this is based on a viewer question. He had shared a video for me to watch based on a narcissist and a codependent who are married, and it seems like they're making it work. So can it really happen? So I just want to say ni hao. I looked at your profile. I think you're Chinese. I recognized a couple characters. Not sure if it's Mandarin, but ni hao. um, so can it work? Narcissism and codependence. Codependence will have an unhealthy relationship with someone based on needing to fulfill the needs of another. And the narcissist likes to take that. They feed off of getting all this supply, all this attention. But the codependent either needs the control that is forced upon them by the narcissist, or they need to be kind of like a people pleaser. But they do it for self-esteem regulation, to be noticed, to be appreciated. The narcissist doesn't appreciate though, they take. So for it to work, it's more of a deal. Like, you serve me, every now and then I'll give in, because the codependent will get angry if they don't get what they need. They'll feel used, and they're going above and beyond. They know they're being used a lot of times, or just like the narcissist, they're in an altered state of mind. So these two are making their marriage work with two unhealthy people. I overgive, you oversuck it out of me. And this person, the codependent, is giving their all, and they're not getting stuff back. And when eventually it's going to come to a head where this person is not going to get very much at all, because this narcissist, even if they do work out a give and take, it's not based on love, it's based on the deal. So they're going through life with a deal. It's not a true love, it's fulfilling their own needs. And a healthy, my take, a healthy relationship is we take care of our basic needs, we take our showers, we get fed, we make sure that we have a safe, secure place to sleep at night. But I'll give to you, you give back to me, and it's back and forth, back and forth. And it's not just in, you drive me to work, I drive you to work next week, back and forth. No, it's like the emotion, the caring about each other. Like, I'm sad today, my father died, and so you want your partner to give you some attention when they're going through something. That you balance the emotional needs, and they're not balancing the emotional needs of each other. Their emotional needs are selfish on both sides. And some of these unhealthy relationships, a narcissist with an empath, as they call them, or an empathetic person, a person that's kind of codependent, we overstay, we let the boundaries be broken, and we become codependent in a sense. So if you're asking, does it work? It can for a while, but it's a facade. They're not deep down happy. It's, I don't know, it's kind of like friends with benefits, I guess. Not deep, true love. It's superficial. It's superficial, even if they live together. A lot of them have low self-esteem. So, you've heard of marriage of convenience. That they're getting their needs met. And, you know, just like if somebody came over to my house and they got their needs met because they are going through my cupboards and just eating and it's working for them, because I'm like, yeah, go ahead. So that's the narcissist going through my pantry. I'm the codependent. Go ahead, help yourself, help yourself, help yourself. And I'm being kind because I want that person around. And this is an analogy. So I'm giving, help yourself. And the narcissist is like, I want the last steak. And I'm like, man, I wanted that too, but okay, I want this person to be in my house. Go ahead, you can have it. So I'm like, okay, I sacrifice, but whatever, I'll have something else. So they're taking and taking. And now they want the spaghetti, the last spaghetti that's left. I'm like, jeez. Okay. Because I got somebody to cuddle with at night. And is it that big of a deal? Not that big of a deal. I can have scrambled eggs. Not that big of a deal. So I'm giving, I'm sacrificing, and all of a sudden the food runs out and the narcissist is gone. And then, if I was codependent, I'd have all this resentment built up. And that's kind of, in a sense, pretty close to just an empathetic person, because you're giving, but you should have boundaries. Like, no, we're going to split the steak. You can have steak, but I want some too. We're sharing. There's other food in the house. We're not going to run out. But with a codependent, they're giving, and the narcissist doesn't care about you as a person. They care about the supply. And we want to be cared about. But the codependent just wants somebody there. Stay in my house, eat my food. I just need you here. I have low self-esteem. I don't think anybody else is going to stay with me unless I give them something. So take, and they feel that need to give. And that's an analogy. It could be giving of other things, like, yes, I'll take you to work so you'll fall in love with me. I'll watch your kids whenever you need me to, so you'll fall in love with me. And it's only as good as you're doing those things. So the codependent is working things out with this narcissist because they're giving. So the narcissist in this type of relationship, how this marriage is probably working is the narcissist probably learned, fuck, I gotta give sometimes. Or they learned, I see it too, like my narcissistic neighbors that I talk about. I've been honest with you guys. If you keep it superficial, you can kind of, you live next to people. We do help each other out. They worked on my car and we jump each other's cars when the battery dies, things like that. Don't get deep in these relationships. Because narcissists, depending on who it is, but they can handle no stress relationships. Cause stress, it doesn't work. But I noticed I gave them some food. They don't have, they're rebuilding, like they went through a really bad time. So I gave them some food, and you get these appreciation things. Like, that was really good. And uh it's weird how they say it, because that they want more. And it's odd, because one was like, I can't remember exactly the wording, and the wording makes the difference, but you could tell he wanted to have the leftovers. And you got to see through what the compliment means. The spaghetti, I mean, I ate it. It wasn't the best spaghetti I've ever made. It's food. But it's because they're appreciative, because they want more. And if you understood how they said it, you would see it. But the marriage, the closer you are with somebody, the more toxic it becomes, because it's more expected. My neighbors are hoping for more. They don't really expect it because we keep it superficial. They have no rights to my stuff, I guess. If that was one of my one husband, if that was my husband, they'd be throwing fits. Like, I asked for this, why didn't you give it to me? I deserve it. So in this relationship that you shared with me, they're making it work based on toxicity. So there are relationships that last for a while. There are people who have been sexually abused, who turn later in life to have a sex addiction. So they might seek out either somebody extra freaky, or into bondage or certain things, pain, whips and things like that. Somebody who's willing to do that because it takes them back in an odd way to cope with the sexual abuse that they went through. Now they have a sex addiction because that's when they feel wanted, or they're trying to justify it, or trying to say, if I say it's okay, then it's okay. It's a coping mechanism. So is that healthy? Is that healthy? Is that healthy? It's the underneath reason to cope with a rape, to allow that pain again, to allow to feel loved because you're giving in, and you're giving in more, not because you love the person, but because you want to say it's okay. It's little twists that make certain actions unhealthy. So this relationship that you shared by that video, it's unhealthy. So it's working right now, but just like somebody who tried to cope with sexual abuse that way, they haven't dealt with the issue. So anytime their coping mechanism doesn't work, whether the person couldn't have sex with them, or they decided not to be into whips and chains, or whatever it is, it's going to fall apart, because the action is what's fulfilling their need, not the person, not the person. And in a healthy relationship, it's about the person. So the narcissist and the codependent is feeding off of giving and giving. The narcissist feeding off of taking and taking. But the codependent is going to have resentment every now and then. It's going to blow up. And then the narcissist is going to use gaslight. They're going to try to get away with things. They're still going to lie. So yeah, the narcissist, they might give in a little bit more, but they're still going to do their crap shit that they're just hiding it better. They're still going to lie. You know, they have learned that this codependent is like a slave. Anything they want, they get. So, what is the deal worth to them? What's the deal worth to them? How much do they have to give? If they have to give too much, it's not worth it. If they can't find somebody who gives more, they'll stay with that person. Not because they want to be with them. It works for them. It works for them. But they're in denial. They're in denial that things are working, because it's going through the motions. Just like right now, if I came to your house and said, I love you, I'll be with you forever, you're the man of my dreams, I just want to get into your house. How does that make you feel once you find out? So they're both using each other. They're both using each other. So as long as they keep it as bullshit, as long as in that analogy where I'm like, oh, of course I'd love to spend the night, and I'm just giving you all the bullshit to stay in your house, to utilize your money, to have the status, it'll feel good to you. Like, wow, she really likes me and she's telling me she loves me. And God, it's so nice to have somebody who loves me. Once you find out if I'm lying to you, you're going to be hurt. So they're just lying to each other. And they're in denial. It's not a true love. It's a, I need you, not I want you. So can it work? It can function. It can function. It's not going to be happy. They're struggling to see, this is the thing, is as long as it's going smoothly, it's fine. It's fine. It was fine with my narcissist until they devalued. The narcissist goes through cycles. It's a cycle that's going to continue. So it's almost like it's going to be abusive. There's going to be good times and bad times, good times and bad times, good times and bad times, but not a true connection. So this relationship based on that video is working unless a better supply comes by. Because I'll tell you what, he'd be gone in a heartbeat. And she's going to freak out. He's not going to stick around. If something is better out there, he will not stick around. But it's working for him. It's working for him right now. Other people might not want to be with him. Other people might respect that he's married, so they're not chasing after him. Because there are people that still respect the vows of marriage. He's a little bit older. It's hard to get a good relationship. He already knows he's a jerk. So how long he doesn't have to pretend as much with her. She knows he's a jerk and she's willing to put up with it. You know? Is she all that excited, like bragging about her man? Like, he's a jerk and he does this. She feeds off of that. And it's attention. Just like the narcissist. The narcissist wants good or bad attention. They don't care. It's all manipulation. It's not healthy. There's no boundaries. The only boundary they have is like for her, giving and giving and giving. He has to give something. And he doesn't have to give very much. You know how the narcissists take pieces away and give us little breadcrumbs, and then it explodes. So he just gives a little bit bigger pieces of bread, a little bit more acknowledgement. So instead, you know, it's manipulation. Narcissists know how to manipulate. They know how to keep you on that fine line. And with that trauma bond, he secured his place. Narcissists, based on the way that they interact in relationships, cause trauma bonds until they explode. Some people leave when they explode. Some people freak out, but it takes on average 7 breakups till somebody's sick of it and they break up. It's not gonna be a fulfilling or true or healthy relationship. It's gonna be a relationship, you know. In a sense, it's a marriage of convenience. They're addicted to what they get from each other. They're not in love. because if all you want is self-serving, that's not love. That's not love. Making a deal to have your needs met is not love. And think about that scenario. If I told you how much I loved you and wanted a life with you, and then you found out that I was just using you, it doesn't feel good. That's going to come out eventually. And they know it. They know it. So just like, think about it. If that was the situation and you found out I was bullshitting, but then you're like, well, it's nice having somebody clean. It's nice having somebody have sex with me. It's nice having somebody here. It's still going to feel like shit. You'll have some of your needs met. But empathetic people want a love connection. So would you be happy in that scenario where I'm like, okay, I bullshitted you. I can still stay though. I can still use you. Depends on how low your self-esteem is, if you're willing to accept that. So that's what their relationship is. Low self-esteem. Let's just do it. It's working. But in that scenario, is it fulfilling? It's not fulfilling. That's why they search elsewhere. And there's probably emotional cheating, physical cheating, possibly. There's definitely fights. They're not sitting down talking about things. I don't believe that. They will every now and then. But there's these overwhelming surges that happen. There's also the brain activity and the unsettled and the longing for something better with a narcissist. They thought they had achieved something, then they get jealous of what other people have and think that they deserve that. You know, the narcissist will keep somebody around as long as it serves a purpose. They're not going to cry. Oh, if they do, not for very long. They're not going to sulk for some of us for years, decades, months, definitely weeks, because we feel a loss. The narcissist feels a loss of the supply, not the loss of a person. And it's hard to comprehend that. But the more you learn about it, the more it'll start to click. And it takes a long time to understand how this works. Because it has to be two ways for it to work. It has to be. Talk about a two-way street. If you're having two cars going down a one-lane highway, it's good till things crash. There's enough room to get out of the way. That's passing the night. It's or they just get stuck. So thank you. Do I think it's going to work? It's not going to be a loving relationship. Can they stay together till they die? They could. Also too, it works for their YouTube channel. So they're putting their energies into something else. Instead of fighting, they're using their differences. It's giving them attention. It's giving them possibly money. It's an outlet. They need to be recognized, both of them. They have needs, and their needs are self-serving. So thank you for that, Zaijian. Let me know if that was Mandarin. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Have a good day. Xi.